What's going on, baby? Welcome back to the House of Nerd Show. It's a special Friday night live edition. We come to you Sunday mornings, but every once in a while, we gotta do it up on the Friday night for everybody. And we've got a dope episode planned for you guys. And I just realized I didn't change my background. It says good morning. You see, man. Sometimes I don't. I think I'm prepared. I said, "Oh, I got everything ready," but so disregard. That's the Sunday morning background. But we got a dope show planned for you guys, man. Excited to bring on in just a second a super sick artist by the name of BRÄO from Brazil, man. You know him from Vermilion, which dropped on Behemoth, or I guess their Sumerian comics now, and he's got a crazy project crowdfunding right now called Megalomania. So we're gonna talk all about that. But before we do just wanted to give a shout out to Gotham Central Comics. Best shop in the GTA, sponsoring our show, man. They're doing big stuff, man. Check out Gotham Central Comics.com for all your comic book and nerd culture needs, man. Actually, they've got a heater available right now. This sexy, this icy. Man, I just spoke about this on the weekend show. I keep forgetting her name. White Queen, I believe. I don't keep up on my Marvel and my X-Men these days. But either way, super sick. You can pick it up from Gotham Central Comics, the fine folks over there, man. Speaking of sexy, of crazy, super dope art, man. Our guest tonight, he's got just some of the most insane, the craziest, the straight up, I'm gonna say the sexiest art I've ever seen, man. You know him. His name is BRÄO. Let's bring him on, folks. Here we go, baby.
Hey,
BRÄO, what's going on? How are you? Welcome to the show.
thank you. That was quite the intro. We're not worthy.
Oh,
Thank you.
no, man.
Appreciate it.
Listen, honestly, like I was telling you before we went live, man, I've been a big fan of your work ever since you dropped Vermilion on Sumerian a couple years back. So super excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here.
And coming all the way from Brazil, correct?
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
São Paulo, Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's it looking over there these days? You guys summertime or you guys?
No, right now it's winter, and let me check. It's 22 degrees Celsius, which is I don't know how much it is in Fahrenheit. It's probably around 70, something like that.
Well, I'm in Toronto. I'm in Canada, right? So we
really?
this as well. So I know that's your winter, 22 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like it gets colder.
Yeah.
But like sometimes we get just a few days of warm weather, clear blue skies, and then it gets hot as hell. Then it rains. Then it goes back to cold.
I would very much like to live in an area where the winters consisted of 22-degree weather, give or take, man.
Oh no, yeah, but it's not consistent like that.
Yeah.
But our coldest here in São Paulo gets to maybe around 10 Celsius, and that's just for a couple of days.
Even so, I mean, that's not bad at all.
Yeah,
Not bad at all.
I prefer the cold weather.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I get annoyed with the heat. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Canada or Toronto?
Yeah. I went to Banff.
Okay.
Like many years ago. It was like 2012, I think. And it was summer, and it's the same weather as our winter.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I was with my jacket on. It wasn't that cold.
Yeah.
But everybody was wearing like just shirts and shorts. It was like, shit, man. I gotta get my cold resistance up.
Yeah, and you've got you probably got your park on, at least a sweater or something, yeah?
Yeah, just one big coat, but
Oh man. It's cool, man. Hey, again, thank you
yeah,
so much for coming through.
yeah, of course.
Wanted to talk about you got an amazing project that's live right now by the
Yes,
name of Megalomania.
yes.
What can you tell us about this project? And let me throw it up here right now so folks can have an idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, so I did this book called Cornucopia in 2015. Never got published there in the US, but I self-published here as well. And that was my first independent comic book. Our industry here works different from what you guys have in North America, where you guys call an independent publishing something that's not from the major publishing houses, right?
Yeah, pretty much like an indie comic is I mean,
Yeah,
it's a loose term, but anything that's not like DC or Marvel or
exactly.
yeah.
Here, an indie comic, it's like when somebody self-publishes
Okay.
and pays for everything, and you don't have like a publishing house behind it. So this is how I started, was that book. And that book, if you've read, have you ever heard of Mobius's book called, there's two books that work like that. It's Angel Claws, I think it would be the translation, and Eyes of the Cat. It's a Jodorowsky book
Okay.
with Mobius.
Okay.
And those books, they're awesome because they have two stories being told in parallel. So you have one story being told on the right hand side, and another story being told on the left hand side of the book.
Oh, that's
right?
crazy.
Yeah. So every time you turn the page, it's one big splash page on the right side, on the odds pages, on the odd pages, and on the even pages on the left hand side, it's a small little square.
Okay.
And that then I wanted to try something like that, and I did cornucopia like that, and it's an erotic book, and it's hard to call it a comic book because it's not really like comics. It's different, but it's a graphic novel, I guess, and has the comic book language behind it, right? So I wanted to do something like that, and that's how cornucopia came to be. And Megalomania is just like that. It's set in the same universe of that book, but it's not a sequel.
Okay.
You don't have to read one to understand the other, especially because there's no story behind it. It's not like Vermilion, where you follow this girl and stuff is happening to her, and there's like a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Okay.
Right.
So the
Like
structure's a little
like
looser?
for the structure, it's like how do I put it? You don't like, it's not traditional. You don't have you're not introduced to a character. You're just in it. And what I try to do with these books is to try to put the reader inside. Because it's more about the feelings. It's more about people having sex. It's more about you watching people have sex, and you watching beautiful bodies, and there's a whole theme behind it. This one, which is about control, and on like on the right hand side, you're following through this house, and you're watching and participating on people's sexual adventures. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
And on the other pages, on the mirrored pages, you have just this woman, you don't know where she is, but she's obviously by herself, and she let me see. Sorry.
Oh,
And
it's all good, man.
And it's like you don't know if she's reading instructions or if she's saying the instructions, or if you are reading the instructions, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever happens to her on that page, it's similar of what's happening on the other side, you know.
Okay. So,
I had yeah, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, so very much like you were saying, like cornucopia, like an untraditional structure to a comic book.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have like both of them don't have that structure, you know, like
Right.
like these 2 pages, those are in sequence, right? So
Mhm.
but they're both on the right hand side. So it's the first page and the third page.
Got you.
You're not seeing the second page,
Right.
which
Right.
is on the opposite side, right?
Uh-huh.
So like you're gonna get some instruction here on the right hand side while you're in that alleyway, and then you go forward, you know, and then you see that staircase and the door,
Okay.
and then there's like instructions going how you should approach the door, how do you know, say the password, how many times do you knock on the
Okay.
door,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
So it's almost like
And then
guiding
you keep
the reader.
going,
I'm sorry, go ahead, yeah?
and then you keep going, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So there's some passages like where I say wait until you're asked to join. So
Uh-huh.
then the next 2 pages are just watching people have sex, and
Okay.
then somebody, you know, asks you to join, and then you're closer to with them, you know,
Right.
and you're on top of them, but there's no dialogue between the people,
Okay.
you know. So and then you go to the next room and then to the next room,
Yeah.
and I try to take I'm trying to take people to places that are maybe fucked up places in my head, in a
Mhm.
way, you know.
Yo, I like that though. We're going
And
down the dark recesses of the mind, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fair to say.
Yeah, and I don't know, you know, I don't know how people are gonna react to this. I hope they like it. I
Hmm.
hope at least, you know, something happened with cornucopia, you know, because at the end you you realize you're in the book, you're part of the story, you know, and you are, because like as a reader it doesn't happen without you, right?
Hmm.
So you are always, this is what I love about comic books, you know. If you should put a movie on, hit play,
Hmm.
and you leave, the movie is going.
Right.
If you're not actively reading the comic book, it's not being read, you know, it's not being played, it's closed. So you're part of it, right?
Yeah. I like that,
So
man.
yeah.
I've never really thought about it like that, but it's true.
Yeah,
It's true. You're an active. It's one of the few mediums where you're an
exactly,
active participant.
like a book, you
You know?
know. Like
Yeah.
you need, like the words don't mean anything if you're not there reading it, right?
Right. Right.
And
So I like that. So you've got this project. Fair to say that it's for mature audiences.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now before I go into these slides a little further, I did want to so we got some great, you know, character design, man. And I think that's one of the standouts in, I think, just in your art in general, man. It's got this really kind of dark, kinky, sexy aesthetic to it, that I don't think we get in, at least in mainstream comics. You don't get
Yeah,
too often, right?
yeah.
So are these? You said we don't really talk to the characters in the book. Do they have names? What can you tell us about?
No, yeah, they don't have names. Those are characters in the book. You know, I did just some illustrations to help promote my crowdfunding.
Yeah.
So, but you know, those are not like pages from the book, but those are characters in the book, people you see in the book, not really characters.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's better to make that distinction, because like the guy on the left there, he's there for a page, you know.
Okay.
Same with the girl.
Yeah.
You see them for a page, and there's, you know, a whole bunch of different people there with different clothes and different masks. And the masks for me is something that I got from doing cornucopia, right? Where like when I signed I signed the book, I write the mask will free your soul, right? Meaning that once you put that, you're free to be whoever you want, to be yourself there and be sexually free. So like who you are in that book doesn't really matter. So it doesn't really matter who you are reading the book. What matters is your experience with it. You know, it could go against who you are. It could shock you, and then you're like, I shouldn't like this, but I like this. You know.
You know,
and
it's funny.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, it's funny that, you know, sometimes with the act of us putting on a mask, it almost it frees us, right? It allows us to maybe let inhibitions go, right?
Yeah.
You know, I've got I don't know, I'm getting like Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh yeah, I love the movie. That movie shocked the hell out of me. You know, I was living in the US that time, the time the movie came out. I lived there for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
I went to college there.
Okay.
And that movie, I remember watching it, you know, in my apartment, and, you know, just alone in the dark. I was like, fuck, man, I shouldn't be watching this by myself like this. It's creepy. Right? It's creepy, right? It's not scary, but it's creepy. And I love that feeling. You know, I love the fact that Kubrick was such a genius that, you know, he could make you feel like that. It's intentional, right? You know, like every note on that piano with every shot. So that's such a masterful movie. And, you know, if somebody says that they don't like the movie, it's just because, you know, they're creeped out too much, right? They don't have the stomach for it, I guess. But, and I love that he intentionally made me feel like that. So this is, you know, me trying to do the same in a way, you know, with both. I did it with cornucopia, and I want to, you know, level up with Megalomania.
Okay. So now I feel like I've gotta check out cornucopia just to kind of
I should have sent you when you asked me for Vermilion, the digital. I should have sent you. That's my bad. I'll send it to you right as we finish this.
Hey, that's dope. I'm looking forward to checking it out, man. Because I mean, I don't want to kind of dwell on Kubrick's work too much, but I love what you said is nail on the head. Like he leaves you like you're disturbed, you're distressed, right?
Yes.
Well, I think it's some of the best kind of almost just experiences that you can take from a media. One film that comes to mind that I felt tried to do the same thing, but it didn't resonate with me was Midsommar, right?
I didn't see that. No, I didn't watch it.
Curious to hear your thoughts when you
it's right up my alley. I should have seen it. I love the other movie that the director made. Wasn't it the same director from what's the name of the movie? the girl that hits her head in the light post.
From the same director of Midsummer?
Yeah, I think it's the same director.
To check. Let me check real quick here, folks.
Shit.
Who's the director?
It's a ghost movie. Fuck, what's the name of the movie?
What is the name of the director here? Let's see if we can get it. The director, Ari Aster.
Yeah.
So he's done Hereditary. Is that the one?
Hereditary. Yes, thank you. Fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I keep hearing good things about Hereditary, but I've never watched it myself.
It's a cool movie too, but I didn't like the ending that much.
Okay.
Yeah, it just went to a different direction. I was like, oh shit. I wanted it to be even more creepy, but it turned out to be mild,
Okay.
So like that movie inspired the hell out of me. Not just because, it's about sex, it's dwells in the erotics. It's just, the way that he manipulated me, so as a creator, and with comic books, or actually as a creator in general, you have the ability to do that. You don't have to always do that, but you have the ability to do that, right? So this book is about that, isn't it? It's about manipulating the reader and trying to make him feel like stuff that he or she did not intend to feel, and then maybe is afraid to go back, because I go beyond just, doing sex. I deal with a little bit of the supernatural, I guess, and a little bit of death too. Yeah. So I don't want to spoil it that much. Okay. So it's like it's taking you to dark places, and my idea of manipulating the reader is the same way I felt with that movie. It's like, shit, I should just turn this off, but I want to see the end. I'm creeped out, but I'm also aroused.
You know what other film comes to mind is Lynch's Crash. Very much gave me that kind of feel, like a disturbing.
Yeah, exactly. Like David Lynch's.
Sorry, you can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And you're just creeped out, and you're sometimes even disgusted, but you want to see how that ends. You want a good feeling in the end, I guess. And if I can make the reader close the book and go like, shit, what just happened, then I did my job.
Well, if it's anything, and we're gonna talk about a little bit more in depth a little later, but if it's anything like Vermilion, I I can honestly say that's a book that it left me, and from what I saw online, I left a lot of readers with this very much a visceral reaction, regardless of what that reaction was, whether if it was, shock or just like the whole range of emotions, right? Like that's something that kind of it sat with me for a while, and it just, like, holy shit, man, like this is crazy. Like I'm not even sure what I just read, but
I'm glad. I feel like mission completed.
Oh man. So
I love the little book, man. I'm very proud of it.
It's great. And we'll get to it in a second. How did you land on Megalomania? Like, where would the name come from? Is reference?
Okay. I'm a big heavy metal fan. Like, heavy metal saved my life.
Okay.
And everything I do, I try to take inspiration from that music. So, like, Cornucopia and Megalomania are both songs from Black Sabbath.
Oh, okay.
So those are the titles. And it's weird, man. I'm weird. Because it's not like I have this idea and I have to express it and I want to do something like that. For Megalomania, I was like going through song titles. I was like, what? Let me see if I find a title that's weird and I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And Megalomania was that. I was like, fuck, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And I read it. And the definition is, let me read it to you, otherwise I'm going to butcher it.
Yeah.
Wait a second, sorry.
Shout out to Katie K-pop in the house. She's a big fan. I told her.
Thank you.
I said, we got BRAO coming on the show. She's like, oh my god, this stuff's so sick, man. And there you go. Yeah, K-pop Katie saying, loved your art for a long time. Yes. And then
Appreciate
Katie,
it.
I'm gonna throw up some slides of his current project, Megalomania, which is just insane, dude.
Okay, so Megalomania, Megalomania means the obsession with the exercise of power, especially in the domination of others.
Oh, I like that.
And I was like, shit, man, there's something here.
Yeah.
And I wasn't planning on, doing a follow-up to cornucopia.
Okay.
But as soon as I read that, I was like, shit, I could do cornucopia again, but with that in mind and better.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, challenge accepted. Let's see how I can unfold this and make this be cool. So I start writing, and I get the lyrics from the song, and I get other songs that maybe parts of the lyrics inspire me. And Vermilion was the same, and we get to that. But that was it. And then I as I was writing, I remembered this little book from Neil Gaiman. It's a children's book with illustrations by Charles Vess. And it's a book called Instructions. So in the book, you're seeing this, I can't remember if it was a boy, a girl, a couple. And they're walking around this fantasy land. And you have instructions at the bottom of every page, and that's what they're doing.
Right.
And I used to love reading the book to my daughter. And I remember as soon as I was writing the book, I remember that shit, I could do that. I could write instructions, and then I'm in control. The reader is being controlled, but he doesn't know, because he thinks he's reading a story,
Yeah.
of somebody controlling people on the other page.
Yeah.
Or you don't know if they're being controlled, if the woman on the left-hand side is being controlled. So I was like, okay, there's something here. There's something I would like to go and explore. And then the rest is just, visiting, you being open to visit your darkest places and see what comes up. And then that's that.
I'm telling you, dude, I'm like fucking stoked to check out the full project. When you send me the images, like even just so these are like the opening pages. I love like right away there's this mood of you're taking us down.
Exactly.
This world, like,
down, and down is in purpose.
Yeah, like the dungeons, or like,
yes,
we're going somewhere lower and dark. Like, we shouldn't be heading down here, but we are. We're taking this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take you. Yeah, I think I'm taking you through a journey through hell in a way, but it's good hell.
Yeah, man. So that's like right away, yeah, very much getting that mood. And then even just like the page here, you get a peek, right? Like,
yeah, I like that one on the right. I'm not showing the full page, just a peek.
Yeah,
just the bottom half.
Yeah. And then like once we enter this world is just like boom,
Yeah.
like, okay, where the hell am I? How did I get here? Like what did I walk into, man? You know?
Exactly. That was the feeling I was hoping for.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's incredible. I love it. And as a reader, you know, we were saying earlier, like just to evoke a reaction like that, it's the best feeling as a reader. So to be able to, you know, I just want to give you your flowers, man, to be able to pull that off as a writer.
No, thank you.
You know, like I don't think it's something easy, you know. Otherwise, every book probably, you know, would be trying to do the same thing. But you know,
Yeah.
so this is so. What can you tell us, maybe without spoiling too much? Like, what the hell is going on? What is this world, man?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know because it gets weird.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's nothing. That's just the intro.
Yeah.
You know, and you go up and you go down and you go into oh shit, how I'm trying to translate something in my head, sorry.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
You're going to basements
Yeah.
and you're going to big lush rooms.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to a cathedral.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that.
all in that house. So, you know,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. It's kind of supernatural, you know, because it doesn't make logical sense. And it could be maybe dreamlike, but or not, you know, you could think, okay, I could try to make sense of this and, you know, this structure going on and whatever place they are. And yeah, just taking you to different places, seeing different people, and as you go, you know, I'm trying to make you feel creeped out, aroused, and you know, maybe at the end, what I can say is, I hope, you know, everybody thinks a little bit about themselves, I guess,
Yeah.
you know, because there's this one part that I'm even I considered not putting it in, and it's a strong image. And I know a lot of people's not they're not gonna like it,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, I had that makes me think that I have to leave that in,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's necessary to make people, you know, just confront that and think about it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
think why they don't like it, think why you know, why did I do that, why did I do that image, and it's just because it's real, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's why. It's a thought, it's something that happens, unfortunately, but it's got to be there. So
Would you say it's fair to say that that's a similar kind of, this is what you're going for in your works? Because I almost got that vibe from Vermilion as well. You know,
well,
it was, go ahead, yeah.
yeah, not intentionally, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. It's just, you know, it's something that happens as I go. Like Vermilion was um also inspired by a song. It's inspired by a Slipknot song with the same name.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you know, most of the text there is just the lyrics. You know, I love those lyrics. You know, whenever I'm feeling bad, I listen to this song. I was like, fuck yeah, they're right. You know, shouldn't let that grow inside of you. You know,
Mhm.
so I got stuck with that phrase. You know, and what could that be? What's the visual version of that? You know, why would somebody feel like, you know, they have something inside of them that they shouldn't let that grow, you know, and what's the worst that could happen if they let that grow? And the answer is simple, you know, you die,
Yeah.
you let yourself die.
Yeah. Like a
And
cancer, man.
Yeah, and I tried to do that in a way that everybody could relate with in their own way, whatever shit's going on with them.
Yeah. Speaking of there's Vermilion. Folks, if you haven't checked out Vermilion yet, man, do yourselves a favor. I said earlier, I promise you it's gonna evoke a visceral reaction. I'm telling you, man. It's wild. Sexy art, dope art, man, and the story is just like you said. I mean, Chris here is saying, touching on what you were saying, saying I think it's good to have comics that challenge us to think more, just like other forms of media. Well said, Chris. A book like Vermilion, and it sounds like your current project Megalomania is gonna almost force us to be maybe perhaps a little introspective, or
I hope so. Like cornucopia doesn't have that. Cornucopia is just about people having sex and you having fun, and then you all of a sudden you realize you're inside the book, and it's cool. I break the fourth wall with the book, and it's quite a trip. It's a fun book. And then like I said before, when I decided to do Megalomania and I got that idea, and I thought I read that phrase about the obsession of power, and okay, I could do something that like cornucopia with that, but if I do that, I have to level it up. So this is what happens. It's just like trying to be more introspective and try to shock people in different ways, but good shock, that shock where you're like, shit, man, why? Just like the movie, just like Eyes Wide Shut, it's like, why you're showing me this? Why is that song playing right now? Like, why am I afraid of this? Why am I freaked out?
Man. K-pop saying the details you put on your outfits are insane. They really are. Like, you got like the little lace and everything, man. Like the threads, and like it's cool, man. Just like I said, just from like a character design aspect, man. It's very, very intricate. And I've got, let me
thank you, appreciate it.
The larger stuff here. I mean, like, just fucking nuts, bro. Dude, when you send me the slides, I'm just like, holy shit, I need to read this now, man. It's one of those projects that you just give it to me now. So where can actually I think I've got, how can folks back it? Give us a little detail on all that good stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's like Kickstarter, right? And it's the Brazilian version of it. So it's called Catarse, which is, it's like catharsis, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the same word. It's Portuguese for catharsis. And so it's catarse.me/megalomania.
Okay.
And I see you have the address there.
Yeah.
And so everything there is in Portuguese. But at the end of the main page, I put in English instructions on how to back the project. And it's simple. If you just, with your browser, if you translate the page, you're going to get a good sense of everything that's there. Unfortunately, the website doesn't allow for two versions of two versions of the page, where I could put stuff in other languages. But I have the instructions there. If you pay with a credit card, it works, as long as there's some limitations there with the credit cards. It's just, I think, Visa or MasterCard. It's just it's not, we have different cards, right? So sometimes people have cards that don't work here, so it won't work.
I got you. Yeah.
And so it's all in there. You put in your address, you choose the pledge, and it's all good, man. Then
okay.
The prices. Let me. The prices are in Brazilian reais.
Yeah, because I don't want folks to get scared because you got some numbers there, but folks
just divide by 5.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good ballpark.
Yeah.
$1 is 5 Brazilian reais.
Okay.
So I'm asking 46,000. So it's close to nine something $1,000
US for the total campaign.
For the total campaign. So right now you can back with just a book. I think it's $88 in reais, which is around 15. No. Yeah, somewhere between $15 to $20.
Okay, for the physical.
For the physical, yes, plus shipping. Then you add shipping on top of it.
That's not
the shipping part is expensive, but it's I think it's an extra $20 or $30 for the shipping.
Okay.
Okay, so you can back it with close to $50. You can back it. You can back with the PDF only too, which is cheaper. It's only 20 reais, which is $4.
Okay.
And then there's no shipping involved, of course. And the book is gonna be printed in Portuguese, but I'm gonna send. I'll translate the book and I'll make an English version, a digital copy that I'll be sending alongside with the printed book.
Okay. So folks, if you back the physical, it will be in Portuguese, but BRAO is going to be hooking up a PDF in English. Or if you just back the PDF version, you're getting it in English. Is that correct?
Okay. Yes. I'll be sending in English to everybody who's from overseas. I already have like 15 or maybe more international backers.
Yeah.
There's some folk that always show up and they always back my stuff, and they don't have any trouble. So it should be pretty easy if you're interested in backing the campaign.
Hey, listen, man, and language, dope art I think is a universal language, man. So
I fucking love comics, man. I have comics in French, which I don't read.
Yeah,
and it's just you get a sense from the images, and I love looking at different art.
Yeah.
So
it's your stuff's incredible, man. And figure drawing. Sharing the sentiment, excuse me, man. Saying sick ass art, man. It's nuts, dude.
Have you ever read Druna from Serpieri?
Druna?
It's an Italian. Druna.
Oh, can't say that I have.
Oh shit! Yeah. Like before, you said something that kind of got stuck in my head. How over there in North America, you guys, you read mostly, the mainstream comics, right? And even the indie comics, they're not that. How should I say it? They kind of follow the same rules, right? Not that everything's about superheroes, which I love. That's what got me into comics, but I don't. How familiar you are with the European comic scene?
To be honest, I've read like a few Spanish comics.
They don't bring those there, right? They don't. And like when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, we used to get a bunch of those books here from Europe, from France, from Italy. A lot of Milo Manara and Guido Crepax, and those guys are the erotic kings, and I'm very blessed that to be kind of getting into the market with Sumerian, with Vermilion, and I hope to get more of my stuff there too. I was like, I shopped around to publish cornucopia a lot, and nobody wanted, and everybody said, no, this is not for us. And
wow,
yeah. So
which
I
is
don't know
which
how.
sucks. You know, I think it's the North American market, man. Like even
Yeah,
something like
exactly.
Vermilion, I think it stands out so much because it's not, you know, it's very outside of the box of what we're getting. Even like in the indie, you know,
Yeah.
market. You know, it's
What
sexual
I'm
and
trying to
violent.
say at the end is, you know, if you guys like look at the European market and see whatever you can, you know, buy online,
Yeah.
and like those guys, they are awesome. They draw like hell, and the stories are so cool. There's so much there that, you know, that, oh, you guys are gonna love it. It's just like a whole different, you know, section of comics.
I mean, the very few stuff that they've brought over from Europe, I've been like Guillaume March. I enjoy his stuff. He's from Spain, right?
Okay.
He did he did Carmen, that
Oh,
was
never heard
translated
of that.
into English. Oh, it's so good, man. It's
Can
great.
you spell it for me so I
Yeah.
can
So
look
it's
at?
Karmen, Carmen, and the artist name is Guillaume, Guillem March. He's a Spaniard from
Okay,
Spain, and
got it.
yeah, I love his art, man, and it's just again a book that is
Yeah, that's cool.
evoke you know, a reaction. Any I'll never pass up
Yeah,
an opportunity to, you know, recommend that book, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Black Sad is awesome. I love Black Sad. Good call, good call. That's such a powerful book, man. And that's one that also makes you think, you know, they're like, here's a punch in the stomach for you on the second story at least.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
such a good artwork, man.
I
That
like
guy
that.
draws insanely.
I like what you said there, though. I like a punch to the stomach. You know,
Yeah.
just like oof, like
Yeah.
damn. You know, like what am I reading? Figures rank saying the Heartlands remind me of artists such as Jason Pearson. I'm not familiar. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I could talk comics for hours, man. I'm such a fan.
You know, I'm here. I'm 100% with K-pop. Some about your heels, man. You know,
Yeah.
the way you draw them really has me wanting some of these characters to do horrible things. Folks, we're taking a look at Vermilion here. What can you tell us about this story here?
um, okay. Like I was trying to, you know, I was writing another book, and that book got too long, and I wanted something to publish. This was 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted something to publish by the end of the year, and this was July. I was like, fuck, if I can write something by the end of the month, then I'll do it. Otherwise, I'll just, you know, forget it. I'll just keep doing this, and I'll publish on the next year. By the end of the month, I wrote Vermilion, you know, inspired by the Slipknot song.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to create that visual, something that represented that song visually, you know, with that phrase, I won't let that keep growing inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it just came out like that, you know. I'm trying to remember if there was something specific about it that made me go that direction. But yeah, I started writing about this girl, and you know, she was having a good time, and then she takes this person, you don't know who, to her apartment, and then all hell starts, you know.
Yeah.
And what was supposed to be a good night ended up not being so much. And you showed like close to the ending pages there, where I make, you know, like a visual representation of that. And the idea here is like it's a vermin, right? It's a maggot.
Yeah.
And a maggot in Portuguese is verme, which
okay.
sounds close to vermilion. You know, it's a
gotcha.
like a vermin too in English.
Yeah.
So it felt appropriate, you know, with the song. It's all red too, and I play with the colors also, right? Where, you know, you have the speech bubbles in red. It's supposedly the guy she's talking to, right? And then all of a sudden those red hands pop up, and obviously it's the same as that voice that's talking to her, but it's also the vermin, right? The maggot.
Yeah.
And it's all inside of her, you know. So at the end, at least in my head, you know, somebody else could have a different interpretation of that, right? Where whatever that could be a real person in for them.
Yeah.
But in my head it wasn't. It was all in her head, you know. That voice, it's her, she's talking to herself, and everything happens by herself there, you know. And she ends up killing herself. That was my interpretation of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. At the time of the release, you know, it was very interesting, and I can imagine for you how it felt to get, you know, these different interpretations from the readers, because I saw a whole bunch of stuff like kind of
like she kills herself, right? And it's a tough subject, you
Yeah.
know. And a lot of people told me that I shouldn't draw that, you know, I shouldn't talk about that. And, you know, I was like, fuck that, man. I'll draw whatever I want, right?
Yeah.
This is the story I want to tell, and I have to tell it. And I am aware of how sensitive the subject is, and I'm not, you know, in any ways promoting it. You know, it's just showing how it could feel, you know. And I even at the end of the book I have I don't know how the English version came out, but here in Portuguese I put in like a suicide line number.
Yeah, I
For
recall
people
that.
to reach out.
Well, you know, I've been since for days now. I've got a physical copy. So actually, too, here's my photo. I can't freaking find them, dude. I moved a couple months back and somewhere in the craziness, but one of my favorite issues that when I think this dropped 2021 or so.
It was 21 or last year. I can't remember.
It might have been last
year.
Could
be 21. I can't remember.
Check it out, folks. Amazing stuff. And I want to give a shout out to Man Cave Theater. Always showing love, man. Appreciate you coming through and checking out BRAO's amazing work. Christopher Evans saying, yes, wow, that looks nuts in the best way. In the best way possible, my man. Yeah. But you know, it's not the only thing you do. Here we go.
Oh, cool.
And this is a funny story. So can you let folks know what where this cover's from and all that good stuff?
Yeah, it's from the book Liquid Kill. I did a couple of covers for that series that came out just now, a couple maybe 1 or 2 months ago, and that's for issue 1. And I did another one for issue 3 or 4. I can't remember. And those were cool, man. I've been very fortunate to start, you know, doing some covers for some indie, I guess, for you guys, those are indie comics.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a blast, man. I'm having a lot of fun. I did those for Whatnot Publishing. I've done a series of other covers for Sumerian for their books on Basic Instinct. It's going to be released in October. I did for American Psycho. I did for
nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
look that one up. I love that cover.
The American Psycho one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out, man.
Can you do it right now?
Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah. Here we go.
It's such a simple cover, but everybody loved
the image. I should be able to find it.
Or should I send it to you?
Let's see if I can come up with it here. Yeah, I've got it. So I'm gonna let me share this image here.
It's one with the white background.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm just trying to figure out the best way here. Let's try this one. Bear with me here, folks. You know, we're doing this on the fly, my man. Normally I'll have like a co-host or someone helping me out here, but it's just you know we're doing it here. Where did that go? I think that's the one. Can you guys see that?
Oh, there you go. Oh, cool! Yeah. It's already popped up in the.
Oh, so it's a 1 in 50.
Oh, really? It's a limited one.
Yeah, super limited. 1 in 50s. They're not always easiest to get your hands on, especially for like the smaller publishers, right?
I didn't know that's gonna be limited.
But that is sick. I dig that.
Yes. So I did the one. I did more for. There's gonna be a book called The Relentless. Which I did a bunch of covers. That was fun.
Okay,
and
I like that.
And they're coming, man. They're starting to come, and I'm loving doing them. And it's such a good place to be, you know, with getting more like attention from folks from up there.
Yeah,
and you know, and it's a blast. It's a blessing to be in the market. Love it.
I can imagine, man. Yeah, I mean, we got some love here from the chats. Figure Drawing saying, "Hey, we can't curse like that, man. Come on, it's a family show. It's a family show. Come on now, buddy."
Sorry, I started it.
Oh, so hip hop saying that's cool. Yeah, man. Anything can happen when it's live. This is true.
Yeah,
this is true. Yeah. So there you go. That's the cover for American Psycho. It's so funny. I was actually hanging out with another artist today. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's from Spain. Her name is Ingrid Gala. And maybe I shouldn't maybe I shouldn't be saying that.
I can't say.
Well, she's got some working with for
American
Psycho as well. Hasn't been released yet, but
cool.
Sumerian, they're like ramping up their
they're doing a lot of stuff, man. They're doing stuff that I can't even say. They already asked me to do. But
I heard through the grapevine today some of the other
they're getting to it, man.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
To keep the eyes on, man.
There was something else. Oh, I did a little book. I did a part of a book for Z2 Comics. They do all these comic books based on music, on artists, on music artists. And the one I did is called Loner. It's based on a story by Alice in Wonderland. It's she's a DJ of sorts. I don't know. I wasn't very familiar with her, and that was a cool story too. And I did that last year.
So Z2, and I feel like that's Z2. Like right up your alley to do something for them like that, because it seems like you're very much music and stuff. Right.
Yeah, and I think I bugged everybody there so much for asking them for me to do like a heavy metal book that they just don't reply to me anymore.
Oh man, that's so funny. And speaking of having, you did say that you're doing the one for Bad Omens as well.
The what?
The Bad Omens book for Sumerian, or
Oh
no?
no, they're not publishing Bad Women. Bad Women are my sketchbooks.
Oh no, excuse me. The Bad Omens.
Oh, Bad Omens.
Upcoming Bad
No,
Omens
not that.
book.
No,
Oh,
Bad
okay.
Omens. Okay.
Okay.
No, I didn't. That looks cool too. No, but I didn't do anything for that.
It looks sick, man. So it was so I tagged you. I don't know if you remember this. This is when this dropped. I tagged you in a post on the socials. Something along the lines of, "Yo, I love this. I love this DMX homage."
Yeah, I remember it.
And then you replied, "Well, it's not an homage." I was embarrassed. I was like all red faced. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
No, don't be.
And then I think it was Aaron Crow, the writer.
Yeah.
That I guess they saw it and they decided to market it as an homage after seeing the resemblance or the similarities. But I mean, either way, it's killer cover, man.
I don't know shit about rap. And I've heard the name, but I've never seen the cover.
That's so funny.
It was so cool to see that, that when you showed me the picture there, I was like, oh, yeah, of course, course you're gonna think that, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh man, it's cool. And then you've got, I mean, this Vampirella just, oh my god.
Oh, thank you.
Your shit, man, dude.
Yeah, I've been doing commissions for a few years now, and this is how I actually, started. Like working with with drawings and like selling my stuff, just doing commissions and being present on Instagram. Like my journey with doing comics is very recent. I'm already an old guy, and I was in animation before here in Brazil doing stuff for advertising. I did that for like 15 years. And then I decided to, dedicate, to drawing again, because I was like, for all those 15 years, I wasn't drawing anything. And then once I, got back into it, and then all social media started to happen. And then, people started asking for, for me to draw stuff for them. And this is how everything began. I'm thankful for those who trusted me and gave me the opportunity to draw some cool shit.
So
that's one of them.
Are your commissions currently open? Can folks hit you up either,
Yeah. I'm busy with 2 books right now. One of them being Megalomania, and the other book, it's like kind of a private project, I guess, but it's gonna be on Kickstarter soon. But I shouldn't say much about it, but it's a cool project. I'm very happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And
is it a solo project or something more of
no, like a writer from from the US called me, and then he asked me to draw, and then we've been developing the book for the past 2-3 months, and I just started drawing it. So we're starting to plan the Kickstarter, and that should show up in a few months, but hopefully by the end of the year.
That's sick, man. Looking forward.
And I've done other books like that too. There's a book called One-Eyed Jack that I did, that I'm still doing. It's 4 issues, and I'm getting ready to start the 4th. And that was on Kickstarter as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a cool book. It's up that one's a sensitive book too, especially for everybody who lives in the US, because it's about the mass shooter from that Las Vegas shooting that happened.
Really,
Yeah, it's a tough book, but I'm very proud of it. And
sorry, what is that called? I'm gonna have to check that one out.
One-Eyed Jack.
One-Eyed Jack, eh?
Yeah.
And so the Kickstarter for the 4th issue?
It should start by the end of the year for that one.
I'm gonna have to check that one out, man. Okay, see, now you're just cursing in different languages. It's still cursing, figure. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you, man. Come on, buddy. It is dope, man. And then here we've got Red Sonja.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. For
that
folks,
was a commission too.
You know, you also do you do the superhero stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, that Doctor Strange is so sick, dude.
Yeah, like like one day you're talking about the White Queen at the beginning,
right?
I was like, yeah, it's White Queen, and one day hopefully I'll do a White Queen.
Yeah.
Officially, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I might. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk afterwards. I know.
My god!
A shop was looking for artists to do store exclusives and stuff. So,
oh, really? Cool.
Let's see if we can make.
I love that you guys have that. The store exclusive too. That's so awesome. I've done a few. I didn't know about that. No shops do that here. We don't have that many.
Oh, really? It's the market in North America for the store exclusive is huge. I mean,
yeah, like I found out about it. I did a couple. I did one for Last Ronin. The Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that was like my most high profile cover I've ever done.
Oh, I'm gonna pull that up now. I gotta
pull it out.
Because
such a cool cover too.
I love Last Ronin, so I'm curious to see how.
But yeah, that went to it's a store exclusive, and I love that you guys do that. And I wish our industry here was as big as and diverse as you guys have there.
So let me see. I think I can share that now. Here we go. Gotta love live streaming, folks. Share screen. TMNT. There we go. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, that's the one.
Is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So limited to 450. The Virgin. Pretty cool, man. I dig that. Yeah, for sure. That's sick. So like you're putting yourself out there. You're getting out there, man. I mean, that's a pretty big deal to be able to have a store exclusive.
Yeah. It was a big deal. Loved it.
Yeah.
And been getting more, and I've been being consistent doing covers for the US market, and just enjoying while it lasts.
It's gonna keep rolling, man, because your style is sick. And like figure saying, like North America, like it's and honestly, with no exaggeration, it's almost every book that's released now.
Really?
That has
that's amazing, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Amazing. That's so cool, man, because that's so many opportunities for new artists. And shit, man, that's awesome.
It's great for the artists. It's great for the stores, right? So yeah, we'll talk afterwards.
Cool.
To have a BRAO exclusive for one of the local shops, man.
Cool, man. Wow, that's awesome.
If you ever make your way to Toronto, you just sign that bad boy or something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Any plans to like visit or do any cons in North America or?
Oh man, I wish. Yeah, I've been, every time I have a friend, the guy who writes One Eye Jack, we're buddies, and we've worked before. And he's from Brazil, but he lives in the US, and so he's able to do the Kickstarters there. So, and he's always at every con, like the major ones.
Yeah.
Like, man, you gotta take me one day.
Yeah. You gotta come through. I mean, we got one big one in Toronto. It's called Fan Expo.
Yeah. When's that?
Actually, I think it's next weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At the end of August. I'm pretty sure it's next weekend. So, love this Wonder Woman, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Visually, just
so like those superhero images I do for the only con, well, not the only, but the major Comic Con that we have here in São Paulo, and it's the only one that's really big. So I do those to sell as prints and to go, to invite people to meet and get to know my work.
Yeah.
So like I love superheroes. I've always loved. I grew up reading X-Men, and that's the thing that got me into comics. That was the X-Men.
100% the same. 100%.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of comic readers,
Yeah.
initially, anyways, it's the mainstream stuff, right? It's the super.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Batman's
and
Superman's.
How old are you?
My man, I'm ripe old age of 21. No. I'm approaching. I'm 40-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be 42, so we're probably close to.
Hey, we're right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you probably grew up also reading like the Jim Lee phase of X-Men.
Yeah.
Rob Liefeld and man, those are the days, man. I love them. I love them.
That was my era for sure. I actually I don't know. Oh, I thought I still had it. It's iconic. The Jim Lee, the X-Men #1.
Oh yeah.
Probably the most heavily printed comic, but it's just it's gonna go down as an all-timer, honestly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
K-pop joining us. She's right there. I appreciate that. It makes me feel not so old.
All children from the 80s then.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 80s baby, 100%. And this speaks to K-pop's comment earlier. It's the details and just whatever the characters are working on, man. It really lends this. I don't know if like hyper realistic is the way to put it, but just it's like something, even though it's outlandish, something that you could see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a superhero costume or something.
Yeah.
Like you go to the local sex shop and you probably find someone like that there. You know what I mean?
It's too hot for that too.
Oh, I love it though, man. Bad Women. That looks dope. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, those are my sketchbooks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the first thing I ever published was the first volume of that, Bad Women Volume 1. That was 2014, and I was, I started drawing women just for practice, and I started to have like a following on social media because of that, and that made me explore more. And explore not just like the bodies, but explore the expressions and the attitude, and that's why I called the books the Bad Women, and because it's all about the attitude. And I collected so many drawings, like I could publish this.
Yeah.
And people close to me said, okay, try and publish, do a crowdfunding, see how you do.
Yeah.
And I didn't believe it was gonna work, and I tried it and it happened, and I've been doing one crowdfunding every year.
Oh, it's pretty busy, man.
Yeah, since 2014.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And follow up on my comment, K-pop saying is, it's not just the clothing details. It really looks like the ladies are wearing them realistically.
Oh yeah, you gotta add volume. I hate when people draw like a shoe and it's like kind of the same size as a foot. It's not like around the foot. It should be bigger than a foot.
Okay. Okay.
So that's one of my pet peeves with drawing and other people drawing stuff.
If how feet are drawn is your pet peeve, then you really must have been annoyed at Liefeld's. We grew up in that era,
man. I can't say one bad thing about him. I love him.
Oh man, dude. Like I said, anything that that you put out, man, I'm gonna be keeping my eyes on some. I'm gonna be wanting to be reading.
Appreciate it, man.
Admiring, dude. Just
I love when Vermilion got released, and I saw your reaction and your live stream as well, and it was awesome, man. It was so
that's right. Yeah, shit, almost.
Yeah, I was so overwhelmed by it, and a lot of people commented on it, and I wasn't ready for that experience. And that book sold out, actually. At the how did they say it? It didn't. I think it's still in stores. Some stores have it, but they don't have it anymore to send to stores. So you can find the book at the distributor. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it got completely sold out, and it was when the guys from Behemoth, now Sumerian, they emailed me saying that. I was like, shit, man, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of that book.
Oh, for sure, man.
I wish there was a way to do a second one, But let's see what comes up next.
A second Vermilion, specifically?
No, I can't. No.
Well, see, that's and I was just about to say, to be honest, I feel like it's a standalone. It works great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's that one is that.
Yeah.
I can't mess with it. I have to leave it like that.
Yeah, man, it's perfect, dude.
I have other ideas. There's more stuff to come out. I have like a cool idea for next year.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You gotta tell us, man. Give us a little teaser. What would it consist of, my man?
Oh, it's Eyes Wide Shut. That one is actually Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
But with demons.
Oh,
that's what I can say. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's the right there. That's like crazy, dude. We were saying like Eyes Wide Shut is one of those films that, listen, man, it messes with you a little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a question here from the live chats. Figure Drawing is asking, are you a fan of Jamie Hewlett?
Yeah, for sure. I like his work. Love Tank Girl.
Oh, is he the artist on Tank Girl?
He created Tank Girl. He's the artist behind Gorillaz. I can't remember if he's actually in the band. He could be, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Right? Or am I talking out of my ass?
I'm not sure. See, we got some connoisseurs in the chats. I mean, I know some stuff, but these guys, man.
Yeah, no. I'm right.
Jamie Hewlett. It's not too bad.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah, Tank Girl. Yeah.
Tank Girl. Yeah.
Okay. Are you? I'm curious. Are you asking because you see like a similarity in the styles, or?
I don't think so. Can be.
No, I mean I can't really...
Jamie is too good.
Yeah. Oh shit. Hey, your shit's pretty sick, man. Yeah. So you've got So folks, one more time. Let me throw that up. Encourage you to check out Megalomania. Okay, you see the link, and also the link is in the description of the video, the direct link, so it'll take you right to it. And like you said, bro, it's an easy, I just use Google Translator, and it translated everything like easily for me.
Yes, there are English instructions at the end of the page.
Yeah.
So you can, if you translate the page, then you're gonna get a better sense of the story, what I wrote there, and you could read what's in every pledge, that you can select.
Yeah, you got some pretty cool tiers, and then
but I gotta say, like most of the tiers that come with like a drawing, a little sketch, they're almost gone.
Yeah,
but I have 3 original artworks from that book there, if someone is interested.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, I think to be honest, the tiers is like, to have a sketch card would be sick. Just a little piece like that. So folks, definitely encourage you, check it out. Hit the link when you have the opportunity. Back the digital version, the PDF, will be in English.
In English,
At the end of
yes.
the day, man, you want to get the physical. You're just appreciating.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty book. It's gonna
Yeah.
be hardcover.
Yeah. Oh, I seen. I mean, you know what? Let me pull up the page real nice because that hardcover looks sexy, dude. It looks so crisp and clean.
But I have to say that cover is not the final cover.
Oh, it's not the final cover.
Yeah, that's a temporary cover.
Yeah,
oh,
okay.
Sure. I'm gonna do a more appropriate cover.
Yeah.
For the book. Yeah. Let me show you something.
Yeah, man.
Let me show you cornucopia. Wait a second.
There you guys. Can you guys see that? There you go. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's the page.
Yeah.
Did you translate it already? Yes.
Yes, already translated. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
There you go. Yeah.
So whatever is written in the image is not gonna translate, of course. So what it says that the 𝐬𝐸 is the story. It's gonna talk a little bit about the story.
Yeah.
But you can see the pledges, the tears there.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Very much looking forward to I'll be back in the digital 100%, man. Looking forward to
so like this is cornucopia, okay? And I have on Megalomania, I want it to be just like this one, right? And so I have the stretch goals to make this little casing that goes with it, right? So you take it out, and then this is the book. It's hardcover.
Oh my God, that's so.
The cover goes all the way to the back.
Are you guys seeing this? Oh my God, that's so sexy, man.
I even have like some of the perks that came with the first with this book. So this is like one of the pages here.
Oh, I love it. That's just.
Oof. Yeah, we can show that on YouTube, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get
flagged. Yeah,
flagged or
but
something.
Yeah, so just to give a preview of what the book, what Megalomania is gonna be like, because like I don't know about you, but I love just like reading like from paper. I'm not a big digital reader. I can't.
You're preaching to the choir. I'm an OG. I love to have a physical copy in my hands. I mean, because I'm a reviewer and the publishers send us the digital copies. Obviously, I've gotten much more, I guess, used to it. But at the end of the day, when I actually
just like opening the book. Yeah,
I gotta have the physical.
Yeah, for me it's the same.
The smell, it's just.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I love the spot glass on the on the slip-on case there.
Yeah.
So the idea is to have
those are like that's one of the stretch goals to get the slip-on case.
Okay. And I think I saw you're almost funded.
Yeah, I'm almost
84%. So
almost there.
We're getting there, folks. Let's support these dope creators, man. I gotta see
that, what 54 days to the end of the campaign, so it's enough time. We're gonna be promoting the campaign for the next 54 days.
Oh, you're hitting it. That's 100%. And Figure John, I guess you're asking BRAO if fan of Jim Mahfood or Jim Mahfood.
Yeah, love his work.
Yeah.
𝐭𝐸𝐤𝐬, I can't say that I've doesn't ring a bell right now.
Same.
Maybe. Let me see. Oh yeah, of course. I thought that was it. He did stuff for animation for Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah?
Did some Batman stuff, yeah.
𝐭𝐸𝐤𝐬?
𝐭𝐸𝐤𝐬𝐬, yeah. No, I follow him on Instagram as well.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I dig that stuff. Yeah. I can't say that I'm familiar, but it's got a nice vibe to it, man. That more I guess an animated style.
Yeah. It looks very familiar to Bruce Timm.
Yes,
Well.
yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
And I love Bruce Timm's work. He did the best Batmobile, right?
Oh, I mean, that's a classic. I think that's a given, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, since you're on the House of Nerd show, I'm gonna ask you some nerd questions.
Go ahead.
favorite Batman flick?
Oh shit! I don't think you're gonna like my answer.
That's okay, man.
But it's 89. It's Tim Burton. Right? Okay, cool.
I mean, I'm right there with
you.
89 for me.
That's the best one.
And I know a part of it is the nostalgia because I grew up that era, but it's the best Batman film.
It has the right tone, has that that feel of it, the music,
Yeah.
No,
100%. That to me is the Batman film. I mean, I know this is a bit of a hot take, but I'm not crazy on the Nolan films. Like, I like them, but they're too grounded for me. You know what I mean?
Same. I like them. I think they're fun. I really love Dark Knight. I love the Joker in that. I love a lot of what happens in that movie.
Yeah.
And I don't hate the third one.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not Tim Burton there. It's not, there's something there which is so dark and mysterious. And I think the Nolan films, I think that's the one thing missing, is the mysteriousness of Batman, the way he's filmed, actually, not the way he's presented in that world, but just the way he's filmed. And it's something you said, that it's like too grounded.
Yeah, and then then the latest, I guess, was it the Pattinson one? Is similar.
Yeah, it's a mix. Like, it has some of that fantasy element that the Burton movies have, but I don't know. It's a bit messy in the middle and the end.
I mean, it was neither here nor there for me. I didn't dislike it. I wasn't.
It's pretty
about it.
It's pretty.
Had some great. I mean, Colin Farrell as the Penguin was crazy.
Yeah, maybe the best thing in the movie.
I would say so. I would agree there. And then K-pop, she's going with Returns.
Oh yeah, love that too.
Returns is underrated. A great Christmas film.
Yes.
It is a Christmas film, folks. Here, I don't think that we're not disputing, guys. Figure Drawing saying facts about Nolan Batman, great director, but he didn't know Batman. I love Nolan. I love his work, but his Batman films are my least favorite of his films.
Yeah.
It is
for sure.
It is what it is. And again, love his stuff. I'm finally gonna be able to watch Oppenheimer on Monday. Looking forward to it. Have you checked it out?
No, haven't.
Okay.
Haven't had the time.
Keep hearing good things.
Probably gonna wait to watch it at home. Yeah, like we don't have that many IMAX screens here, and I really wanted to watch it on IMAX. I think it's already out from the IMAX screen.
Oh, that's too bad. So that was my problem. So I had to watch it the first time in the IMAX, but not only the IMAX, the 70 mil IMAX. There's 2 screens in the whole city here, and they've been sold out. They extended the run, so I was finally able to secure it.
Yeah. I have to actually check it out. I don't know for sure, but I think it's already out.
Yeah, I think they might have. I mean, I don't know. At least in North America, they extended the IMAX run, so you might still have the opportunity.
Cool. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay, so we got your favorite Batman movie. Favorite Batman though?
What, the actor?
The actor, yes. I guess the favorite Batman performance.
Okay, that's a different question.
Yeah.
Oh shit. In that case, I think I'm gonna go with Batman Begins.
Batman. Oh, really? Eh?
Yeah, that one I like what Christian Bale was doing. I love the how they tell the origin story there. So yeah, I like, of course, I love Michael Keaton in it, but he wasn't like Batman, right? Like he even in those days with no internet, he got in trouble for being Batman, right? So I think I like Bale's performance in the first one best. Like he's finding himself, and I really like that story. So for performance, I will go with that one.
Okay.
Even though it's not like in my top 3 movies, Batman movies.
Yeah.
But that performance, I think it's really good.
Okay. Fair enough.
What's
Fair
yours?
Enough.
Is it Keaton?
No, you would.
You're gonna say Clooney.
I love Batfleck. I love
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm sticking with mine.
Yeah, for me, I loved the look. To me, it's the best.
Yeah,
best Batsuit we've gotten. I love the kind of like the big, the jacked. He's intimidating. He's menacing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get that.
One of the things when I went to go watch the Batman with Pattinson with my kid, and when he first appeared on screen, like his first scene as Batman, me and my kid, we both laughed. I mean, like, to me, that's not. He didn't pull off the look, the feel, the vibe. Batman is supposed to be a threat, and
he's not that threatening.
I don't. At least not in the initial. I don't know.
No, I agree. Yeah, that was a weird choice. I like him as Bruce Wayne. I love what he did in the movie. But yeah.
He's not a bad actor. It's just I the role. I mean, so what else are you you're into? Like, you grew up on the superhero stuff. You said like the X-Men, and what are you reading any of that kind of stuff these days?
No. I kind of quit, reading the monthly issues here.
Yeah.
And like we don't get what's published here from mainstream comics. They don't come in monthly issues anymore. They do this like only omnibuses, right? So they wait for like a whole arc to close, and then they get the rights, and then they publish here. So I'm not following up on the current state of comics, especially the X-Men. But I like going back and reading. And they publish old stuff all the time. So right now I'm reading like the first 20 issues in one omnibus, like from the 60s.
Oh.
Yeah, like, because I never got to read those.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I would go to these old how do you call it? Kind of a pawn shop, but for books.
I guess maybe like a flea market.
Something like that. Exactly. For books, and they had a lot of comics, and I would go around town, just like chasing those shops, looking for old books that got published, and everything that got published here was like a little mess. Wasn't published in order, and they even changed stuff. It's so funny, man.
It's crazy, eh?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
There's
a lot of YouTube channels here that they go over, they get the editors for those issues here, and they ask him, so why did you change this? What was the reasoning? What else did you guys change? And they go over like having fun, of course.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah, because they had to make like some editorial cuts or changes. Like there was an issue, I think it was X-Men, I can't remember right now, where they had like the characters go inside Marvel and they talk to the people, like the drawers, the writers,
Also, like something a little, it's meta then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here they redrew the people to the guys that work here, publishing, like
okay.
doing the translation,
Really, eh?
Yeah, so they drew on top of it. It's so funny.
That
So
is crazy. I mean, I would
yeah.
think that like how would you even allow that? Like, why would you change? Why would you change that? It was this is
And
not that is a strange. That is an
that's
odd.
that was like the mentality of the editors that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
They were just market based, and they were afraid that was gonna, I don't know, drive people away. It's like, well, why am I reading this? It has nothing to do with me. Even though the stories, they are in New York and
Mm,
the US, so it didn't make much sense. So
that is
it's
strange. Yeah,
one funny one. That series Secret Wars,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And I think in Secret Wars, I think it was Rogue. They had Rogue in the story, but Rogue wasn't published here yet because back then we had like a 4-year delay,
That's crazy.
right?
Yeah.
So like Rogue wasn't introduced here, but they wanted to release Secret Wars at that
Mhm.
time because they wanted to sell the toys.
Okay.
So they did another character on top of Rogue, and I can't remember which one was, but it was just another character.
So because Rogue hadn't made her debut in the local
Exactly.
market,
Yeah.
they threw her out and they replaced her
Yeah.
with like another X-Men character or something.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh,
That's funny,
okay.
right?
I mean, yeah, I always find it kind of just interesting to hear like I got a buddy who lives in South America, right?
Hmm.
Peru actually, and he's telling me just how like the markets it's completely different
Yeah, it's
than
totally
it is
different. Yeah.
here. Like you were saying, they don't get like the single issue floppies, or if they do, at best it's like very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Like they'll start to get the first two or three, and then they stop, and then they'll
Yeah.
continue down the road or something. So it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, you know
Exactly.
us here in North America and Canada and the States, man, a little spoiled, but I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's your
Yeah,
local market, right?
yeah.
We have there's a children's comic book here, which is like been running ever since like the 60s,
Mm-hmm.
and that's been running, constantly every month, several titles, and it's just your local market.
Okay.
It's just like that. But like answering your question about what I'm reading, I really like the European scene. I'm reading this book called let me see how it's in English because it's in Portuguese, so it's a different. Oh, the Meta Barons.
The Meta Barons. Can't
It's
say familiar with that one.
he was first introduced in that Mobius book called the Incal.
Okay.
Do you know that one?
No.
They even they got Taika Waititi to direct it. That like he was developing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
and it's the Meta Barons is like a space opera, uh, like a sci-fi story, and
Yeah.
it's really well drawn by this Argentinian called Juan Jimenez.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
No, it's so awesome, man. It's even like next to me. It's such a good book. It's like this.
Let me see that. That
Oh
looks
man,
pretty cool.
this is
Like, what's
like
the?
the artwork. It's from another world, man. Like it reminds me of Dune.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's all watercolors. It's amazing, man. So like that's the stuff I really like. I like the Italians that do erotic too, like Serpieri. Have you ever looked at his work?
Serpietti, I can't see I'm familiar.
Paolo Serpietti, man.
Yeah.
Like, do yourself a favor right now, if you may.
Yeah.
And Google him. Google him. It's gonna be.
Paulo?
How can I write in the chat here?
Yeah. If you put it in the chat, yeah, you can put that in the chat.
I did.
And
okay.
then,
So
there we go.
look for that. The book is called Druna. I put it in there, and it's amazing, man. That, like, I read that book first time when I was, I don't know, 14, 15, and that changed my life.
Druna.
Because I would say, like, I draw a lot of inspiration from him. Not that I try to draw like him, because that's impossible.
Yeah.
But he also, like, is not afraid to touch on, sensitive subjects, subject matters, and he's brave, man. I'll say.
Yeah, can you guys see that?
His drawing is amazing. Yeah, don't expend too much. You're gonna get kicked out.
I can see, I guess, like you said, like the inspiration or yeah.
Yeah, you remember that magazine Heavy Metal?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was published there, right? And
yeah.
I think it was published in the US through that. A little bit every issue, but it's like it's a lot of works.
Yeah,
man, he's amazing.
Yeah, an Italian guy, you're saying, eh?
What's that?
Italian?
Yeah, he's Italian.
I keep hearing, I feel like we're missing out on a lot of great stuff, and that's like you're actively looking for it,
Yeah, that's the stuff I really like to go after and to read.
If you like space operas, have you heard of Alexis Zarit? His Space Riders? That's pretty cool.
No.
Yeah,
really.
He's from Venezuela. Dope shit. They're like Kirby-esque.
Really, Space Riders.
Yeah, pulpy kind of. It's dope, man. It's crazy. Yeah, cool. See, figure drawing, no Serpietti. Like this guy, you gotta school me figure.
Yeah. He's amazing. Like, from what I like, the last comic book I read that I really loved was Tokyo Ghost from Sean Murphy.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Tokyo Ghost. Yeah, was that you said Sean Murphy?
Sean Murphy drawing.
Okay, but Rick Remender was writing that one, no?
I think it was Remender. It's right next to me too. Okay. Yeah, Remender. Yeah.
Remender. Yeah.
Man, I love that book. I love how I love his artwork, man. The way he draws, like the pages, the panels are moving, man. He can draw moving shit in comics.
Yeah. You know what I noticed? I find that first of all, Remender is a great writer, but I find that he pairs himself up with artists who really know how to move the story forward, without necessarily having any words, like they move the action, they move the emotional aspect of the story. I mean, he's smart, right? Like you're pairing yourself up with an artist who's kind of match that, like just have this synergy, right? Like I don't know.
And then Sean Murphy is like the right guy for sure.
I'm gonna have to check that because I feel like listen, I've heard time and time again, Tokyo Ghost is so sick, but I've never read it, man.
Oh, it's a cool book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to. I'm a sci-fi guy, so I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, bro. Don't wanna. It's like I know it's like getting late in your time, and
no, it's all right, man.
But I had a great time with you, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
No, I appreciate the invite, the opportunity to share my campaign. Yeah, I really loved it, and love talking to you, meeting you, and thank you for the invite.
Oh man, anytime. Thank you so much, man. And honestly, anytime you want to just come on and hang out and talk shit, man, you're welcome.
Yeah, whenever you want. Just
definitely.
Hit me up.
Yeah. Got one last comment here from Figure Drawing saying, I am not surprised that BRAO is in part compelled by artists who are very adept with anatomy. You grasp anatomy so you can consciously forget it, obviously thus letting your creativity take
Yes,
over.
well said. Very well said. That's the whole point of studying anatomy, is that you don't have to think about it.
Yeah. Figure Drawing, he's one of our smarter readers. He's great. Always, hey, listen, buddy. Thank you for being in the chats for damn near the whole episode, man. It's always a pleasure having you, man. Yeah, man. And to anybody catching the replay, definitely, guys, encourage you to check out Megalomania. Heat Vermilion is out. If you can get a copy, I know it's hard to get, man. Sold at the distributors, but your local shop might have a copy. There's eBay, there's all kinds of places. But
and let me say, if anybody, if you guys like hit a wall with trying to back up the project, hit me up, send me a message on Instagram. It's BRAO_art. You can find me there, and just let me know. Just write that you're trying to back up the project, having problems, and I'll try to walk you through it.
Hey, there you go, man. Yes, again, thank you so much, BRAO. Real talk.
Thank you, Sergio. Thank you.
Anytime,
it was a pleasure.
And I'm looking forward to checking out.
All right, awesome. Me too.
Okay, folks, that's it. We're gonna call this one a wrap. I gotta find, where's my little outro video? Where's it at? There we go, folks. The obligatory, please like, please share, please subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate everybody who is hanging out with us in the live chats. Feel free to comment for those who are watching the replay, man. And we'll be live this Sunday reviewing Blue Beetle. Spoiler alert, it was fucking great. We out of here, folks.